Hello and welcome to Lo-Fidelity. I'm Kevin Seal. This is a low-stakes, lo-fi music game show. Welcome to it. There's no way to study for this show, as you've been studying for it your whole life. And there's no studio. We're all playing from our homes. There's also no penalty for wrong answers, no penalty for guessing, so guess away. Tonight's musical guest is Sal's Greenhouse. We will hear more from them later. Let's first meet our contestants. Ethan Levitt grew up in Potsdam, New York, but currently lives in the beautiful island city of Alameda, California. He has worked as a saxophonist, bassist, vocalist, and arranger in places like Austin, Salt Lake City, and Atlanta. He currently plays bass and sings in the Jilters and plays sax in Stymie and the Pimp James Love Orchestra. He plays sax on the Citizen 5 album, which I co-produced. You know why? Because I prefer the sound of Ethan's saxophone playing to my own. True. Ethan has been to 46 out of the 50 United States, and he met David Byrne one time while working at a hotel. Ethan, could you tell us about that?
Yeah. I used to work at the Driscoll Hotel in Austin, Texas, which is the five-star hotel that's right there on 6th Street. So as you can imagine, when we have things like South by Southwest, there would be many celebrities coming through. And I recall one sleepy morning, I'm there working the morning shift, and up walks David Byrne, and I'm just like, wow, and he walks up to me and he says, I just want to let you know that the light bulb in the lamp next to the bed in the governor's suite is out, and the television set is not working. And I was just like, okay, I'm so sorry, I will get right on that. And he walked off. And then my manager was just staring at me like agape and incredulous. And I'm like, what? And he was like, dude, you blew it. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you should have said, same as it ever was. And I didn't. And I regretted it for the rest of my life. I could have done it, And so, yes, that's my David Byrne story.
Next time you run across David Byrne.
Exactly. I'll ask him how the TV is. Maybe he'll remember.
Maybe he will. Well, Ethan, you're going to be playing against Teal. Teal Collins Z.
Yeah.
Teal Collins Z grew up in Mill Valley, California, then spent a full 10 years in Austin, Texas, where she toured and sweated balls in the Texas heat. Now she's back in the Bay Area in San Rafael. She plays ukulele and guitar and sings incredibly well. She's made albums with the Mother Truckers and the Whiskey Sisters, her bands. She's opened for Willie Nelson, George Jones, Merle Haggard, Huey Lewis, Tedeschi Trucks, and Reba McEntire. Her dad was the legendary disc jockey Al Jazzbo Collins, and through her dad, she had exposure to Les Paul at a pretty early age. Could you tell us about your Les Paul experience at age 16?
Yeah. Well, it was a long time ago, obviously, but when I was about 5 or so, my dad taught me some jazz standards on the ukulele. And then when I was about 16 and discovered the Beatles and Zeppelin, I was like, I must play this thing called a guitar. And so when I took up guitar, he called Les, who was a friend of his, for many years. My dad had emceed different concerts like Miles Davis, and he just had a good, name in the radio industry. And anyway, they were friends, and Les would call his program from time to time and just talk about his ideas on recording and where the future of that was going and stuff. And my dad said, Les, my Tealie's taking up the guitar. You have anything she could play? And he sent me the Paul, which was like a 79, his custom thing that he came up with was his model called the Paul. And it's a solid hunk of wood. It plays in tune. I've loved it all these years.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very cool. We got a chance to meet him, Christopher and I, with Roger, our director, some years back, and see him at the Iridium in Manhattan.
Oh, he's great.
Amazing. Well, speaking of Christopher, here is the sauciest co-host this side of the Ganges, Christopher John Fortier.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled with this lineup today. One of the best things about the show is I get to somehow fraternize with some of my favorite players and singers on earth. Oddly enough, I also have a David Byrne story and a Les Paul story, and neither of them are anywhere near as good as yours. So we are not going to travel down the tedium brick road. Instead, we'll talk about this brush with greatness, If you look around, viewers at home, you'll notice that this is not my customary home studio. In fact, little known facts, our directors Roger and Jill are out of town, so in some way, I'm sitting in the director's chair. I'm not doing director things. I'm just sitting in the director's actual chair. There are dogs here, there are cats here. I'm basically like a goat and 2 llamas short of a petting zoo. Anyway, I'm thrilled with this whole arrangement. I can't wait to get started. So Kevin, for the love of everything holy, let's go.
All right, let's go. First off, let's get your buzzer words. What are you going to buzz in with? Let's hear first from Ethan. What's your buzzer word?
I'm gonna buzz in with beef squash because I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers lately.
Beef squash. You got it. All right, Teal.
My buzzer word is waka.
Okay. Excellent. Good. Well, that brings us to our first category, which is Finish It. I start a lyric, you finish it. Now, tonight's is going to be a little bit different. The songs tonight are pretty verse heavy, so you can get a point for either finishing the line or giving me the title of the song. Okay, here's the first one. Who would be a poor man, a beggar man?
That would be Teal.
That would be locomotive breath. No. Locomotive breath.
Oh,
Not.
A better man, a thief?
Mm-hmm. Do
Next line.
Okay. If he had a rich man in his hand, and who would steal the candy from a laughing baby's mouth, if he could take it from the moneyed man?
Beef squatch, it's Cross-Eyed Mary.
Oh,
Mary is correct.
Give him the sound of you got it right. And that Jet Rotel citation.
That's right. Cross-eyed Mary. Next up. He came dancing across the water with his galleons and guns, looking for
Beef
the
squatch.
Ethan.
Looking for the new world and a palace in the sun. That'd be Cortez the Killer, Neil Young.
Correct. Cortez the Killer. Neil Young. If we still have time, we might still get by. Every time I think about it, I want to cry. With bombs and the devil and the kids keep coming, no way to breathe easy.
Teal.
That's hard. No way the time to get running. And I tell myself that I'm doing all right. Nothing left to do tonight but go crazy on you.
Absolutely correct. I was so hoping that you were going to burst out a song. That is crazy on you, hearts. All right. Only came outside to watch the night fall with the rain. I heard you making patterns rhyme. Like some new romantic looking for the TV sound. You'll see I'm right some other time.
Beef squatch.
Ethan.
Planet Earth by Duran Duran.
Yes.
Flowers.
Planet Earth by Duran Duran.
Amazing. I never would have gotten that.
And now, last but not least, in the category Finish It. Well, she's walking through the clouds.
Little Wing.
Little Wing. Yep. Little Wing.
Little Wing, jackass.
Named it like 2 syllables. Little Wing. Yep, very nice. Well, that brings us to our next category, which will be led by Mr. Christopher Fortier. Take it away, Chris.
Oh, goodness. That means I'm going to need this. Because it's time to play Name That Tune. It's, the instructions in the name are exactly the same. I play a song, Kevin plays a song. Buzz in as soon as you can. Tell me what song it is. Let's get started and not tarry further, shall we? First one goes like this.
Teal.
Franklin's Tower.
That is correct. I did that one first, and I'll tell you why.
And why that?
Because that contains, the lyric to that song contains certain aphorisms that I consider to be key to Name That Tune. The first one being, if you plant ice, you're going to harvest wind, which is about farting. The second one being, if you get confused, listen to the music play. That's Name That Tune in a nutshell. And the last one is, of course, if you're holding, don't hide it, divide it.
Nice.
Patent pending.
Yeah. Also, I will note, the world headquarters of Pandora Media are located in Franklin Tower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which they've never mentioned anywhere, and I don't know why. I'm always like, this is Franklin Tower. Like, no one ever says that, but it's true. Yeah.
Fun fact.
Franklin the 21st. All right.
Kevin, you're up.
Next up is me. I have a feeling you're going to both get this before I even leave the first chord. Let's see if that's true.
Beef Squatch.
Yep.
Ethan.
You make my dreams come true.
That is true.
Paul and Oates.
Ethan is correct. You make my dreams come
Very
true.
good.
Paul and Oates.
Very good.
All right. Name that tune. Número 3.
Beef Squatch.
Oh, that was so
Whoa.
close. I think it was Beef
Photo
Squatch.
finish.
Yeah, I think by a sliver it was Beef Squatch.
Okay, Beef Squatch.
That'd be Wheel in the Sky.
Wheel in the Sky by Journey. Yep.
That is correct.
I'm so glad you said that because I was going to guess something else.
What were you going to guess?
I was going to guess from Farewell to Kings. It would, what's that? You know, the intro, the
Yeah.
like, not Xanadu, but
Oh,
like,
Cygnus X1 or something?
yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
a
I'm gonna have to compare and contrast now because I did play it a little slower. Last week we did a Name That Tune thing, and I felt like every song I played was a chowder chump fest, and I wanted to just make sure I got this one right.
Great.
All right.
Kevin, last one's for you.
Well, that said, I hope I don't chowder this one. Here goes. Okay. Here it comes.
Beef Squatch.
I got the Wata first.
The Wagga.
Mhm.
Waga first.
That is Black, no, not Black Cow. That is
Right album.
Asia?
Oh, no, go see Ethan.
No, damn it.
You can hear it again if you like.
Deacon
Huh?
Blues.
Deacon Blues is correct.
Blues. Yes.
Yep.
Oh. See how riled up we all get?
Mm-hmm. I do. And with that, it is time to introduce our musical guests. Tonight's guests, Sal's Greenhouse. Take it away, Sal's Greenhouse, led by Sally Green.
Nice.
All right, Sally Green and her band Sal's Greenhouse. That was fantastic. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is our 19th episode of Low Fidelity. We're glad that you're watching. Please spread the word. Tell people about this show. We would love to get more people on here and more people watching every week. And it's wonderful watching you at home guess and play along with us. Our next category is one we haven't seen in a little bit. It's hybrids. Now, the way this category works, we've taken two musicians and fused them together. An example may be George Michael Jackson, for example. So I will give you two musicians. You'll tell me the new musician we fused together out of these two. Okay. First one. One is the guitarist from the E Street Band who acted on The Sopranos. Another is the singer and songwriter who brought us the song Love the One You're With.
Beef Squatch.
Ethan.
Little Steven Stills.
Little Steven Stills, correct. All right, next one.
Done.
The funk legend who sang Give It To Me, Baby, and the folk pop legend who is the non-British artist to release an album on Apple Records.
What?
Teal.
Rick, the non-British artist.
First
Rick
non-British
Taylor.
artist.
Rick Taylor.
Oh,
You're
you're
the
so
judges
close.
are saying, yeah, just say it right.
Yeah,
Rick
Rick?
James Taylor.
Rick James
Got
Taylor.
it. That's what the judges say.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I've consulted with them,
Mhm.
right? And then, as you can see,
I
there's a
can see
Rottweiler
it.
butt right there.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Our judges.
Our judges. Yep. Thanks, Vincent. Okay. Mama said this guy should knock you out. And the lead singer of Jamiroquai.
Wow.
Beef Squatch.
Ethan.
LL Cool JK.
LL Cool J is correct. Yep. Okay. The drummer from Queen and the modern pop queen behind the albums 1989, Red, Reputation, and Lover.
Pop queen?
Modern pop singer.
Singer.
Beef Squatch. How
Ethan.
about, is it Roger Taylor Swift?
Roger Taylor Swift is right. Yep. And then, last in the category, the songwriter who wrote the albums Blue and The Hissing of Summer Lawns, and the producer who made numerous albums with Crowded House, Los Lobos, Elvis Costello, Paul McCartney.
Teal.
Joni Dawn was?
Oh,
No.
It goes to Ethan. So you've got the songwriter who wrote The Hissing of Summer Lawns and the producer who made numerous albums with Crowded House, Los Lobos, Elvis Costello, Paul McCartney, Soul Coughing, Suzanne Vega, and Bonnie Raitt. He often collaborated with Chad Blake as a production team.
I got the Joni Mitchell part, but I can't get the second part. I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm not watching out.
Joni Mitchell Froome. Joni Mitchell Froome. All right, and for our next category, I pass it over to Exifer.
And this game is the very exciting and remarkably titillating record reveal. It's titillating because we're revealing things. I show you an album cover of this or that classic LP. I hold it very close up to the screen so that you can only see little bits, and then I slowly bring it backwards. You get the idea. Let's start with this hot platter.
Wada!
Teal.
That is Presents.
That is
Presents by Led Zeppelin is correct.
Mhm.
All right.
Speaking of that record, real quick, have you ever heard that band Sardina from Indiana? They did an album called Presents, where the cover was presents, but it was a present that they were unwrapping in the middle of the table. But they got the rest of the. Oh, it's good. It's a great album.
That's
Nice.
brilliant.
Yep. Back to
Like
you.
it. Right on. All right. This is going to be a weird one. I'm warning you now. However, this has a possible second point involved.
Okay.
Here it goes. Here it goes. What's it going to be? Don't really know.
Wada!
Teal.
That would be
The
Teal.
Hissing of Summer Lawns, Joni Mitchell.
That is correct. And do tell me who made the artwork on The Hissing of Summer Lawns.
I'm going to say Joni. Well, it does not look like Joni Mitchell's artwork, but I'm just going to say Joni Mitchell because I don't know.
Second point goes to Teal as well.
So, I knew loving Joni Mitchell would pay off in more than one way someday.
All right. Record reveal number 3 looks a lot like this.
Wada!
Teal.
Teal.
Let it be, dude.
Correct. That's right, jackass.
I'm trying to make up for some lost points.
Okay, record reveal number 4. Here we go. It looks a lot like that. What's it gonna be?
Beef Squatch.
Ethan.
The Superfly soundtrack.
Correct. Curtis Mayfield, Superfly, starring Ron O'Neal and Sheila Fraser.
Yep.
And the last. This one also has an opportunity for a second point. This one looks a lot like this. Yes, it does.
Beef Squatch.
That is Wada!
You got it, too.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Young, and it's called. Well, it would be called. Is it called Woodstock? Wait a minute. Or is it called CSN and Y? CSN? No. Fuck. Sorry. No swearing.
What do you got, Ethan?
That'll be So Far, their sort of greatest hits compilation.
So far, yep.
We tend to avoid greatest hits compilations in the record reveal, but this one is somewhat of an iconic thing, like Squeeze's singles record. And the second point will go to tell me who did the artwork for this LP.
Beef Squatch.
Ethan.
Also Joni Mitchell.
Correct, sir. If you look very closely, there it is.
Yeah.
Johnny
74.
Mitchell.
Yep.
And that's going to be it for Record Reveal today. Thank you for playing, friends.
Yay!
All right. Well, we've got a closer game now, and we've got one final category for which you need a writing implement and a piece of paper, because this is Helter Shelter. Okay. Today's Helter Shelter, you're going to have 60 seconds to come up with as many song titles as you can think of that feature compass directions: north, northwest, south, east, west, south by southwest, etc., etc. Okay. You got 60 seconds to come up with as many as you can, and the clock will start now.
Pencil set.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Ethan, what did you come up with?
Not a lot, but I got a few. So we got South City Midnight Lady by the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
How about West End Blues?
Heck yeah.
And then Southern Nights, like Alan Toussaint, right?
Cool, yeah.
And Southern Man by Neil Young.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's all I had. I only came up with 4.
All right. Way to go up with 4 in a tough category, man. All right. Teal.
Southern Cross.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I really pooped out on this category. Okay, Northern Trail is a song that I wrote, and I was desperate.
That counts.
That counts.
I was young, I was confused. And that's pretty much it. Then I wrote down, like, in a blur, Wind Cries Mary, which who knew what direction the wind was coming from Mary's wind. So that's what I got, guys.
Okay, so it's +4 for Ethan, +2 for Teal.
And I believe that means Ethan Levitt takes today's game. Congratulations, Ethan Levitt. Well played.
Good
It was
job.
close one.
Very
Close one.
exciting.
Very exciting. Well, Teal, Ethan, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks, you guys. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So
We
glad
both
you.
excelled.
Sal's Greenhouse, thank you for being our musical guests. Thank you to Jay Lee, Kilo Ball, Sheldon Roof, Jillian Nash, Christian Santos. Who else am I missing? Christopher Fortier,
Hi.
and everyone else.
And Kevin Steele, for God's sake.
Hey, okay, I'll take it. And thank you for watching, and thank you for telling your friends to watch as well. Until next time, stay home, stay safe, keep it lo-fi. Bye.
All right. This is going to be an exciting one. I have to pause for just a second. Our buddy Vincent is farting like a trucker at the moment, and he's sort of locked in here with me, so we might actually have to get him out into the backyard. Please hold.
Hey, Ethan, that Driscoll is haunted, man. I've been in that Driscoll.
Yeah. It's, you know what? I mean, they make it part of their, almost they market it like they teach the front desk people like the stories, so you can tell people. 'Cause there's like an Annie Lennox story where apparently she said, she did this in an interview. She said that she put like 3 dresses out on the bed for whatever function she was going to. And then she took a shower and she got out of the shower and 2 of the dresses were back in the closet, and the other dress was on the other bed. I
Wow.
gotta tell you, when I was working there, I was working the overnight shift once, and about 4 a.m., these like hippie kids that were staying in one of the known haunted rooms, the suicide bride room, that's 419. See, I remember all this.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
they came into the lobby at like 4 in the morning. They're like, "We'd like to check out, please." And I'm like, "Well, you're supposed to be staying for 2 more days. Is everything okay?" They're just like, "We want to check out, please." And I'm just like, "Well, is there something wrong? Can I, fix something? Let me call them, whatever. I'm trying to be Mr. Customer Service."
Yeah.
And they were just like, "We're out of here. Like, give us the pass." It just split. I was just like, okay. So yeah, it's definitely haunted.